much for being here. And I am my own moderator, so I don't have any questions for myself. So I can say that it's really a really nice welcome. You know, we walked off the set 2.5 years ago, and to come to these things and see all you guys and just as much excitement as ever before is really touching for me. And really lovely, and it's great to see a lot of familiar faces and new faces. And I will answer pretty much anything and everything. So if there's anything in specific you'd like me to discuss about the show or anything like that, please ask away.
What are you working on now?
What am I working on now?
Well, besides your kids.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, I gotta be honest. But I am getting back in the game after a longer than intended break. So, we'll see. We'll see. The sci-fi world could be calling my name again, who knows? It'd be very cool.
Is that Lost Girl kind of open with the daughter? Can you revisit that? I think it was canceled at
My sister, yeah. So she was saying that Lost Girl was kind of left open to spin-offs, basically. You know, I don't know if they intended to. I mean, I think they intended to do that, to leave it open. I love that the show was left with Beau's message and Beau's legacy of sort of passing out.
No, keep going.
Oh, okay.
Are you in?
Join me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
If you don't need me, I'll go.
No, be here. Are you a moderator?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I have Well, then, this is so much better. I will finish answering your question, though. And I'm Anna.
It's a pleasure. Hi, everyone. My name is Ben Blacker. I'm the creator and moderator of the Nerdist Writers panel, the Nerdist Comics panel. I'm thrilled to be here. We don't have time for the rest of your questions. What have you guys talked about? What's going on?
Not a lot yet, I have to be honest. We just got started. So.
Do you want to finish answering that?
I do. I just thought it was really nice that you know, Beau's legacy was really left to be passed along to a younger woman. Her knowledge and everything that she learned, and it set it up that there was a lot more to come and a lot more to be ready for. So I just loved that so much. Thank you for your question. Okay, good. Me too.
You're a delight. What are you on? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Listen, I assume most of you guys have come to see Anna do other talks before, right? A round of applause, is that true? All right. So, I have some questions I want to ask, but we are going to mostly leave it up to them.
Okay.
I hope that's okay.
It's more than okay.
All right. And again, I will leave it any time. If you want to get rid of me, I'm glad to. I have a lot of work to do. It's really fine. I have a book to write. Guys, check out my new Star Wars book. Join the Resistance. It's out March 7th from Amazon.com or your local bookstore. Anna, so look, Lost Girl, it started, what, like 2005?
I don't know, when did it start? Not 2005.
It started in like the 80s, right?
2010.
Where did we start?
Well,
2010 now, 2017?
Yeah, it could have been last month. My point is, 2010, thank you. My point is, you were a working actor before this. You know, you had done series, you had done guest spots and things like that. I'm curious to hear about why this role was different for you. What led to this role? What was the audition process like?
You know what? I actually still have my audition tape.
Let's put it on.
So, well, I mean, this came along like a lot of auditions do, just, you know, through my amazing agents, and it was something that I actually put on tape as any audition, and I thought, wow, this is a really cool project. Wow, this is a really cool role. I wonder who will get it. Okay, you know, I put it on tape, and I loved it, and it got a response.
And I apologize, I'm going to interrupt a bunch because I want to sort of dig deeper on this stuff, but do you remember what the material was for the audition?
I do. It was the scene between Lauren and Beau, where I rip off her collar you know, she's wearing the ashes necklace. And I say something like, "This is your dog collar." Now I can't remember it, but that scene, which was in episode 8, which was what we shot first actually as our pilot, that scene between Bo and Lauren, where she's hurt. Bo is very, very hurt by Lauren. That was that one, and oh God, what was the other one? I can't remember the other ones.
How was this role, when you were first given the sides or the script, how was it different from stuff you had been playing, or was it different?
Well, I think the show itself was so different, but the show was really, really unique. But also to play such a sexy, sexual woman and have her be really more than one-dimensional was unique. So what was coming my way? So you know, her sexuality was at the core of who she was, rather than something she sort of wore on top, and that was really cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So then, once you got the role, I'm curious to hear about, like, how do you approach this character? How do you play that sexuality, but play the other things? Look, I don't understand actors. It's, I'm a television writer. I hardly ever run into actors. It's like a weird magic. So explain the process, your process to us, please.
Well, my process, with any role, it's different, you know. With Bo in particular, I think that she was starting so new into the Fae world. You know, she was brand new. So I kind of felt brand new to the role as well. So we were kind of starting in the same place. So the show really unfolded in a way that made sense for me. You know, and in terms of playing Fae, you don't play Fae. You know, you can't do that. You have to just play the reality of the world that you're in. So it was a supernatural world where, you know, there's creatures and you have to fight and use your powers, but that's just, you know, Tuesday in Faeland. So, you know, it really just, the world they created for us made it very easy to connect to the characters and to the world. I'm wearing Bo's boots right now. Very, very long time.
And as long as you're not going to show, so am I.
He's actually wearing a pair of Bo's boots.
Yeah. You can get them down at booth 21. What was the fun of the show for you? What was the candy of the show?
What was the fun? Oh my God.
I'm not going to ask about the worst part.
There's no worst part, to be honest. It was all great. We had hard days, you know. We had disagreements, for sure. But they were all part of the process for us. The show was just fun. The crew is your audience every day. So they, you know, to have them on board for 5 seasons and not getting tired of us.
Sure. And
just being able to kind of entertain each other. And then once it started to resonate with audiences, that was, you know, that was the candy. Was it candy, you said? Yeah.
It's a writer's room talk. And I'm curious to hear, look, let's talk about the sexy bits.
Okay.
That's my whole question.
Okay. Sexy bits.
Yeah. Anything you want to tell us? Like, what were the, hold on, I'm going to rephrase this. What were the challenging parts of the sexy bits?
Well, I got to make out a lot with Crystal Reed and Zoe Palmer, so that was hard. Oh man, it's great. I mean, like it's I think I've told this story before, but the first time I
This is just for us.
This is just for you and I.
Yeah.
You are really wonderfully weird.
But they drag me off and you find out I'm not the moderator.
Oh yeah, my husband, when he saw the first, you know, episode that we had done, and Chris and I had this love scene, and my husband was just like, wow, okay. He couldn't really take it, and I thought, yeah, we did it. And I was like, sorry, sweetie. But love scenes are what they are. I mean, they're awkward. You're naked. You want good light. Smell good.
It's like as if there are no cameras.
As if there's
It's like you want the same thing.
Yeah, there are cameras and people. It's called a closed set, so they have the minimal amount of people on set. I've been on sets doing love scenes where some people have to wear hoods so they can't see you, which is kind of weird. So some people are hooded. It's odd.
It's an archive video.
It's something my husband and I like to incorporate into our own love life. But it was as comfortable as it could be. I think I have had my fill of love scenes. I don't know how
Yours
many
and
are in my
several.
future.
It feels like you've taken it from the whole team. Love scenes versus action scenes, or maybe love scenes are a kind of action scenes.
They are.
But like, tell me about the different skills involved and the different kinds of like. I would imagine for either one of those, it's sort of hard to be in the moment, which is your job as an actor.
It is. I mean, you know, love scenes too. You just have to go for it. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So you just be in the moment. You're right. That's what you do. You're wise. You're very wise.
I read a lot. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Do you have anything to plug?
No.
We'll get out of here in 20 minutes.
I don't have anything coming up. I've taken a very long break.
Good for you.
Thank you.
I have a few things to plug.
Okay.
We're going to get to some questions here. Go ahead, ask your question. Make sure it's a question. I don't want some preamble. We know you love the show. We know you love Anna.
Hello?
Go ahead.
We can hear you.
Hi, Anna. I just wanted to say I, felt some really strong connections to a lot of the characters over the course of the series, and it was really, really hard to let everyone go. Like I just, fell in love with Bo and with Kenzie and everybody. And I just wondered what that was like for you and for the cast when you had those final moments and had to say goodbye.
It was hard. It was really hard. Thank you for saying that about the show. I feel like, Bo doesn't really belong to me. I played Bo, and I was so blessed to play her, but she kind of belongs to everybody. She really, really does. So I feel like she sort of lives on in everyone that knew her and loved her. I really do. And the final moments, when we rehearsed the final scene, there was lots of tears. But we really wanted to finish strong. And Zoe and I, about 2 months before we wrapped, we were like, we could feel kind of everyone coming apart at the seams a bit because the show was ending and we were gonna have to say goodbye. And we thought, let's finish so strong and so happy, and just go out with such a blaze of glory, in our own minds anyway. And we did. We walked away so strong. And I left the set that night with my husband. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning after hugging everyone and saying goodbye. And we got into our car and we're driving home. And I said to him, it feels like the studio is just disappearing into a little bit of smoke. It just feels like the best dream I ever had. Oh, now you're gonna make me cry. But that's the truth. That's the truth. We loved it, and we said goodbye with a lot of strength.
I'm glad you guys were able to, pull that last off in real well and make the best of it.
Have you watched the final episodes?
I have.
You were able to go back and watch that stuff?
Yeah, I watched the final episode. I think we tweeted live or something. I did. I remember being very invested in that final episode.
Did it hit you as emotionally watching it? Did you feel a separation from it? Because it's obviously many months later, or probably at least weeks then.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt really proud of it. I felt proud of it when I read the episode too. I remember my heart was racing and I thought, this is the last one I'm gonna read, but I was so happy when I finished it. I was so happy with it.
Yes, sir.
Hi. And I was just wondering, with so many emotions running